everyone, I'm Rihanna from A Frugal Life, and today I'm going to be telling you 13 ways to keep warm when you can't afford to heat your home. So one of our biggest monetary challenges is the fact that we can't afford to heat our home, and we have not heated our home for over 10 years. We do have the advantage of living in California though, although it is Northern California, Central California-like, so it is colder than it would be in Southern California. However, to heat our home with our central heating, we would have to turn on our central heater, which runs off of propane. Propane is very, very expensive and it goes very, very fast with heating. So it would be hundreds and hundreds of dollars to heat our home if we did it through central heating. So instead, we just don't turn on our heater and we follow these steps instead. So the first one is to layer up. Sometimes I have on a t-shirt and a long sleeve shirt and a sweater, or a t-shirt and a flannel and a sweater. So layer up with as much warm clothing as you can, depending on the heat and the cold inside. How much layering you need to do is of course dependent on you. But layering up is a great way to keep warm, and also you can just peel off one layer at a time if you're moving around a lot and you get warmer. Number two, and I do this at night sometimes on the very, very cold days, is to double up on socks. I used to do this when we went camping as well. The other thing you can do is to wear wool socks or double up on the wool socks, wool scarves, wool sweaters, things like that. They keep you much warmer. I unfortunately am severely allergic to wool, so I can't do that one, but I would recommend it for other people because I'm told it keeps you much warmer than regular cotton. Next is one that we love, and that is a heating pad. It is electric and it does run off of electricity, but it's much cheaper than the propane, and it runs off of very little electricity. So a heating pad, an electric heating pad, is a great way to keep you warm when it's cold outside. It's great if you're sitting down or laying down. You can lay it over your lap or your core. You can wrap it around your back or around your shoulders. My husband uses it a lot when he sleeps. He puts it on his bad shoulder and it keeps him warm and helps his shoulder. So a heating pad is a great way to kind of warm you up if you're just sitting there or laying there in the house. The other thing we do is we keep a lot of throw blankets or quilts around the house. So you can just pick one up and put it over your shoulders when you're sitting there. So I keep one in the office, keep one in the living room. You just have a nice cozy throw blanket to throw on your shoulders. Then you drop it and leave it in that room so it's still there when you want to come back to it. So this one is an easy one to do, and it's only dependent on the house or the apartment you live in if you need to do it. But you would be surprised at how much warmer your house feels if you block the drafts under the doors. So doors to the outside, you can block any drafts by putting a draft dodger. I'll put a link down below. Under the door, you can also block drafts between rooms if you have a really cold room and you're in the warmer room. And you can do that by just putting a sock stuffed with other socks or other clothing under the door right there, or you can use an actual draft dodger for it. So one that doesn't require any electricity, is very old-fashioned, and it works perfectly, is a hot water bottle. Put a picture of one up here if you've never seen one, and I'll put a link to one down below. It's just like a rubber plastic bottle that you fill with hot water from the tap or boiling water from a kettle or a saucepan. It stays warm a long time and it keeps you very warm. If you put it on your feet when you're sleeping or in your lap when you're just sitting there watching TV, it's a nice way to stay warm and does not require any electricity or paid energy usage. So I'm putting this one in with this same one. So number 7 is both the hot water bottle and the rice bag. So take your rice out of your plastic bag and add it to a fabric bag. You can make one. You can use a just a little drawstring bag or something like that. I will put a link down below to a pattern to make a rice bag. You just put it in, the rice in there, and you pop it in the microwave for 1 to 2 minutes. You can also use that like your hot water bottle. You put it in your lap or you put it on your feet. You can also use it on your neck if you have a sore neck. So it's just like a heating pad, but it's natural. So this is a great time to use your kitchen. So this is a great time to make soup on the stove, to bake something in the oven. Once you've baked something in the oven, leave your oven slightly open as long as you don't have kids or animals. And the heat will dissipate throughout the house as it cools down. Also, just as you're cooking things, the kitchen naturally warms up. If you're cooking soup or something like that on the stove, the kitchen naturally warms up. So it's a great way to double usage. You're cooking anyways and you're warming the house. So this is a big one we do, and that is to gather in one room. So gather the whole family in one room. Hopefully it's a room that has a door that shuts. So a den or a living room that has a door that shuts, works well. A bigger office, if you have that where everybody can gather. We have it. My husband's office also has a couch. That's also where we watch TV. We gather in the same room. You can shut the door and run one space heater. So that's a great way to just run one heater. Everybody's in the same room. You're not using a lot of energy or electricity or anything like that. And what goes with this is blocking off all the other rooms too. So close all of the doors, close all of the bedrooms that you're not in, all of the bathrooms, the closets, everything, anything that would bring that heat level down, because you're spreading that heat throughout the house. So just run your space heater in one room. Make sure to close off all of the other rooms in the house. Even if you're not running a space heater, if you all gather in one room, close off all of the other rooms in the house, just your body heat and being in the same room is going to warm up that room more than being in another room. Or being in separate rooms. Number 10, this is a great time to get your exercise in. So if you're cold, jump on that treadmill that you've been keeping in the garage, or that exercise bike that you've been keeping in the garage. Pull it into the house and exercise inside while you're watching TV. You can watch yoga videos or Zumba videos or dance videos on YouTube. Anything that gets your body moving is going to actually get you warmer in the house. And it's a little bit hard when you're cold, you don't want to move. Once you get started moving, you're definitely going to warm up. One of the things I do is I get up every few minutes and do a cleaning chore. So I don't sit still for too long. So get up, change the laundry, get up, change the dishes. As long as you keep moving, you're going to stay warmer. Number 11 is to DIY some extra insulation in the house. So look up DIY insulation. You don't want to really have to buy anything, but you can put cardboard in the windows. You can put thick blankets in the windows. You can definitely hang blankets or drapes on the walls to give you extra insulation, especially if you're all gathering in one room. Hang blankets on across the doors. It works. They did it a long time ago. They used to hang tapestries and quilts against the walls. So we have pretty good insulation in this house. I don't have to do that in this house, but I have done that in other houses that were rented or apartments that were not very well insulated. Put things up in your windows like a big heavy blanket. It will keep your house warmer. Number 12 is hot soups. Coffee, hot cocoa, anything you ingest that's warm is just going to warm you up a little bit more. So if you're under your blanket, you have your heating pad on you, you've got your cardboard in the windows, and you have a bowl of soup or hot cocoa, that's going to warm you up a little bit more. And number 13 does take some investment unless you already have it in the garage. So if you already have a thermal sleeping bag, pull it back in from the camping gear and use it on your bed at night. It is going to keep you much, much warmer while you're sleeping. You can also use it on the couch during the day. Think about all the thermal things you might have in the house that you're not using because you think those are for camping or something else. Pull those inside and use those for keeping warm. So I would love to hear your tips and tricks on keeping warm when you don't want to turn the furnace on yet, you don't want to use your heat, or you just cannot afford to heat your house. What are you doing to keep warm while you're inside? Thank you for watching my video. I hope you watch the rest of them. I do have some suggestions down below. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and do all the things, and I will talk to you in my next video.